Welcome back to Deano's Garage, and here is finally the VN 800 finished. The bike went in for its MOT yesterday and passed, and I've been out today, rode the bike, had a nice ride up to Lumi's Cafe up on the A32, and yeah, as you can see, she's all good. I'll just run you through a few things that I've done. So the rear end's been chopped, so we've got the original rear fender, and obviously I've cut it. And I don't know if you can see, but I've got quite a neat trick little LED rear light and brake light in the back there. The reason I put it underneath this lip is so bright light like this doesn't basically stop you from seeing the light in bright summer daylight, so you've got that little lip to create the shadow so you can see the brake light when brake light comes on. The seat, obviously this is the original seat, as you've seen in the other previous video of the seat change. That's the original seat that's been cut. Still may change that seat. I love the comfort of the seat. I'm just not overly keen on that hump there. It looks a bit too high. I'd rather it was sort of softer, more rounded off there. As you know, the whole bike's been powder coated completely. The frame, many of the parts that were chrome, so that's been blasted, powder coated, blasted, powder coated. Some of the small bits like down here have been blasted and powder coated. Obviously the forks, I've sprayed them myself, so the lower legs and the tubes. The light cluster there's been powder coated. I think it just looks absolutely lovely, the black against the chrome there. Stole the idea obviously from the Harley, but looks sweet, I think. And as you know, the wheels have been painted, done by myself, but eventually I think next year I'll get some white wall tyres and get the wheels powder coated at the same time as getting the tyres done. We'll see, that will probably be towards the end of winter time. Exhaust pipes are standard, apart from me taking out the baffles, which I'd done before I started the whole project. Rear indicators are just these neat little bullets, cheap and cheerful, off our friend eBay. But I just wanted something that style and small and neat and black. I want some black on the back. What else have I done? Obviously there's new grips on here. Hated the original VN, just sort of smooth, cheap, and they're like a chromed plastic thing. These are actually CNC machined aluminium. Yeah, nice quality bit. Obviously I've done all the switchgear myself, painted it black, so I think the black on chrome makes it look fairly modern. I mean, it's a bit of a clunky sort of switchgear, you can see its age, but it still makes it look much newer, doesn't stand out. Obviously this has all been done black. This was powder coated and done black. Problem when this was powder coated is it originally started out as a nice real heavy thick piece of metal, but when they blasted the chrome off, it made it so thin that somehow they had crushed and squashed the shape of this, so it never sat down. I had to sort of bend it back out both sides to get it to squat down. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better now than it was when I first did it. As you know, the paint on the front fender paint, you can just see it beginning to shine in that sunlight there, which is pretty sweet. It's that real green, and you can see it on the rear fender there. It's that kind of Kawasaki green. I wanted to pay homage to the fact that it was a Kawasaki after all, and not have it completely looking like a Harley. Obviously the rear number plate, you can see I've used the original rear foot peg lug here, cut off the top, and then left this bottom to perform the bracket. Basically drilled a hole through there. You can buy these on eBay pretty quick and cheap and easy, and this works nice. It's a stop light. You can have it set up so it's a rear light as well and a stop light, but I've got it at the moment just set as a stop light. And obviously you've got the stop light under there just to double up really on your braking. just for that extra bit of safety. What else have I done? Not a lot else, just a lot of work, but hopefully I think you'll agree that it looks pretty sweet now. Ride's nice. So the ride up to Loomies and back was, I don't know, it's about sort of an 8-10 mile ride. I've done 46 miles since taking it to the MOT station and then up to Loomies and back. So yeah, that paint looks pretty nice when it catches the light. First time I've ever really seen it in proper daylight. It's just something different, really. Just experimented, wanted to get a bit creative with it. It didn't really turn out how I wanted it to be, but that was the whole thing with the experimentation of putting black down, then the green, and then cling film on and peeling off the cling film to leave this effect. And it's done in sort of multiple layers, and I've lacquered over the whole lot. It's got this kind of slight textured finish, but in a way that adds to it, because this has still got the hammer marks in there, because there's a heavy iron steel rear mudguard and it's got these hammer marks in where they sort of hammer the plating, and I wanted to disguise that. Otherwise it was chucking the whole thing in and buying some nasty Chinese plastic thing or whatever, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted to retain as much as I could, use as much as I could on the original bike. And yeah, there we go. So that's it, pretty much finished with the VN800. Thanks for watching the video so far, and this is pretty much the end of this project. Thanks for watching.